Greetings, listeners, and welcome to another action-packed episode of Eberron Adventures, brought to you by the Wednesday Night Crew. Join us as we take a journey and go on adventures with our favorite students from Windshire University. Lucar, a halfling sorcerer with wild magic that comes from his patron. Sibling? Patron? Well, anyway, her name's Astrid. Skogar, a half-orc bounty hunter with a passion for map-making and painting. But not painting portraits, more like fences and walls. But maybe he has a secret or two of his own. Azuri, a Kalashtar cleric hiding from the dreaming dark. Kashan, a changeling that is a roguish paladin with his own agenda. Lissa, a human wizard who is into mage breeding and has a familiar named Bigwing. And last but not least is Velma, a half-elf rogue who has an investigative streak and a dark magic dagger. So join us as we listen to these adventurers as they work through their studies and their extracurricular activities to, dare I say, become heroes? Let's pick up where we left off.
That's it. All right, cool. Hello. Welcome back to Wednesday Night Crew. Welcome back to Windshire University after a wonderful 2 weeks with Vason, which was a lot of fun. So once again, thanks for that, Chris. That was a blast. Definitely different.
You're welcome. There's always more where that came from.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, for sure. I think Sean has something pretty cool too that we might want to do at some point. Probably that mothership thing looks like it's pretty cool. Is that like one of those in-person ones that's got stuff that you need to be in person for, or is it something that could be played over Zoom?
It could be played over Zoom. It would require me reading and learning the rules.
That's fair. Yeah. I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything. It's just the packaging alone looked really cool. And I've read the concept of that game, and it sounds like, if this is even possible, it sounds like a more like anxiety inducing version of Alien. That's kind of the vibe I got.
Yeah. Chris has actually played it. So he could probably give us
I have played it. It got pretty wild. When I played it, the GM was very much about giving secret messages to people. So you take people aside, or he'd give you a note or something. I don't know if that's how you always play, if it was just, that play. There was 20 of us too. So it was
oh wow.
There's a lot going on during it. It was fun. I had a lot of fun though. And I'm pretty sure that I got killed by an alien pretty quickly, despite being playing a space marine. So I was the guy with the biggest gun. But I think also because I was the guy with the gun, I was like, I'm going to go shoot something. And that was probably not the wisest course of action, but it was a lot of fun.
So could one say, did you get cocky? Maybe?
I would, yeah, I know it's unusual for a character that I play to be cocky, but yeah, that's where I went.
I was going for the cock your gun joke, but
I thought you were joking that I'm always a cocky character, and that's
I mean, yeah, you are, but I think that's low hanging fruit. That's too ezy.
Gotcha. All right.
So anyway, okay, so
character.
Yeah. Persona.
Role playing.
So let's get back into it and I'll give you a quick little synopsis. So you guys have been you've been stuck, kind of not stuck, but so much as trying to get to answers on where these elven artifacts are, just because you kind of you got roped into this little task from the dean, and unbeknownst to him, really what this is going to lead into, assume unbeknownst to him, as you have stumbled upon the lair of Tuddy Rexpin, which coincidentally is also containing the artifacts, which, as you were informed of in the last session, that the artifacts are actually, there's a few scattered around in different areas, but really the meat of the rarities and stuff are just in the piles of coin and chests and treasure and everything that is in the room in which Oriflux resides. So that you can confirm is that there are a chunk of artifacts there. So you've managed to check that box. And then pretty much every NPC that was a part of this, they either left or they came with you, and well, actually no, either they left or they pretty much they died or were murdered in some really like rather sudden, disturbing way. So it's back to just the core 6 of you. Kashan went and talked to Tuddy as Grimlock and discovered that he's got some sort of device that pretty much took the guard out, the captain, in a matter of like seconds. And he has shared that with all of you. And that's all you know about that. And where we left off was that all of you basically went back in because Alyssa convinced all of you that you should go and have a conversation with Tuddy to try to, quote unquote, strike up a business proposal with him. So where we are now is that Tuddy has greeted you and said pretty much, well, yes, I'd love to talk to you. Let's go to our break room and we can sit and talk there. So he guides you, he leads you down the hallway back from which you entered. And he's going at a nice leisurely pace. He's got his a little bit bloody, lab coat, like weird dressy lab coat thing on, as he's walking you down, and he gets you down to the break room and he says, please, all of you, take a seat in the break room right here. I'll be back in just a moment. Let me change out of my work clothes. And yeah.
I do not suggest we all sit in the break room together alone without that guy there. So I would, at the very least, I'm going to stand outside the door.
Well, it's almost like you know what a fireball does and where its area of effect.
I
would like to like stand in the doorway and make sure there's no like portcullis or door that will slam shut.
Okay.
Releasing poison and lava into this room.
Why don't you do the appropriate skill check that would enable you to determine that?
I will make that appropriate skill check, and I will tell you just as soon as I roll it that I got a 9.
Okay. Looks good to you.
The only thing worse than splitting the party is putting all the party in one single, easily enclosed room.
It looks fine to you, Kashan.
I want to sneak around outside and maybe peek behind a couple other doors.
Find
out what we're up against.
The room itself is safe, but like Lucar says, you could easily toss a fireball in here and burn us all. So
okay. So Tuddy went into his quote unquote office / sacrificial lamb room place. And you assume he's changing or doing whatever. So unsure as to the amount of time you have to do stuff. So maybe we'll give some opportunities for folks to do some things. So Lucar, you're just choosing to stand outside the room. You're not taking any other action at this time.
I am probably standing there eating something while I wait.
That's fair.
That's what the break food's for. Did you check the cupboards?
There are no vending machines in the break room.
If somebody checks the cupboards and finds that there's food, I will go inside the break room.
The captain's not going to be eating his lunch anytime soon.
That is true. True.
If you see Grimlock, it's all yours.
Yeah, it just says Grimmy and a brown bag, written in crayon on it.
So we find out his wife leaves a love note in his lunch.
Exactly. Ooh, that's nice and dark. Like, oh, can't wait for you to come home for dinner. You've been working so hard.
Your kids are really excited to see you. I can't wait till the new baby meets you.
Wow. I was gonna wait till you got home, but it's a girl. So Velma, what are you doing?
I was gonna sneak around and poke my head in a few doors to see what else we're up against.
Okay.
I'm assuming. No, I can't assume that because I wasn't here. Did I see Teddy Ruxpin go across the hall there, or did he go south?
No, he went south. He went down into his space. Over here, you see a sign on the wall next to this door across from the break room area across the hall that says HR.
Oh. Well, Kashan was looking to join up. Maybe he'd like to go in here with me. Yes, I would.
Okay. I'll follow.
Acting as normal as possible. Just open the door and pretend that. Oh, this isn't the bathroom.
So you open the door and you see a chair. It's this weird combination of slightly demonic throne / office chair, and
Herman Miller makes one.
Yeah, and it sort of pivots around. You notice there's this, in keeping with the theme, giant skull on one side of the wall, huge, and a lot of the ambient light comes from some orangish orbs that are in the eye sockets there, right? So, along with the little brazier that's in the corner there, and the corner just to the this would be to the west of that skull. So, so the chair starts to turn around, and there's a tiefling woman, who's sitting in this chair, and the chair turns around and she says, what? No, this isn't the bathroom. Nope, sure isn't. Can I help you? Either of you?
Yes, you could. I don't know why we're both going in the bathroom at once, but could you therefore direct me hence?
So you need to know where the lavatory is.
Yes, lavatory with a V, not a B.
Oh, that's on.
We've already seen that.
That's on the floor above.
Okay. Sorry, I'm leaving you hanging there, Kashan.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of pension is involved with this job?
Well, I mean, of course you have to be vested. So you have to work here for a good at least a good 3 years before that program kicks in. But we do pay in quite nicely. We've had a few of our guards have retired quite nicely off of the pension that we provide.
Retired, for real?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess what are the percentages of people who do retire through this?
I mean, I didn't do air quotes, right? So I mean, it's definitely there. It's a legit retirement. Well, I did just get a notification about the captain, unfortunately. So that's sort of sad. Tuddy seems to Tuddy wants to say that. Mr. Rexpin said that he was retiring early, but the pile of remains that I happened to see prior to him finishing the cleanup tells me otherwise. So I'm in the process of working out the bereavement plan for the family.
Oh, well, that's very good. Does Grimlock have a plan, by the way?
I do. Yeah. I mean, Grumlock does. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, as long as
But I mean, he's not vested into the pension because he's still newer. So his is more of I mean, there's basic benefits that we offer, and of course, I mean, as you can probably tell, I mean, well, actually, wait. So let me step back a minute. Who are you?
Oh, that's not important. I'm just, potential.
I think it kind of is, though.
No, I don't think so.
It'd be great if you could share.
I am important. That's not true. It's not important to you, I guess. It's like a need to know kind of thing.
you
I'm
guys
like an inspector kind of, thing, making sure everything's on the up and up here, with the benefits, with everything. I'm from corporate. We got to make sure that all the HR stuff is going through properly.
Okay, I have a question and then a statement. My question is, are you guys both in the room?
I mean, I don't know what where Velmo's ran off to, but
I lost my nerve. But I am waiting outside, and if Teddy comes back, I'm going to say I'm waiting in line for the restroom, so I can hear him if things go south.
So Kashan is in the room then and having this conversation with the HR person. And did I say her name already? I don't think I did I? I didn't give her a name yet, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, let's not worry about that right now.
What's your name, by the way?
Well, I most assuredly think that's on a need to know basis. If you could roll me a persuasion.
Yeah, no. What about a deception? Since I'm being more deceptive, I would say.
Okay, sure, go for it.
Good.
I will counter your roll.
That's a 22 then.
Okay. She spins around real quick at her desk and flips through some papers and spins back around. That's very interesting. I didn't get any notifications that I was going to be receiving any visitors.
Well, no, this is a surprise inspection. We
any
like
sort of audit purposes or anything. This is highly unorthodox.
Yeah, the thing is though, like when we tell you that there's people coming, it's like, you sweep the floors, you clean the bathroom, everything's running fine, but we want to see what's happening when you don't have that fear of us coming through, like we like to surprise you every now and then. I guess my only other thing, like you're doing great. Keep up the great work. My thing is maybe get your nameplate up on the door there so we know people want to know who they're talking to. They don't want just some like nameless, faceless person in here. They want to know who it is. Like, hi, my name is. It's always good to lead off with your name and whatnot.
She slides over in her chair and goes and puts her hand out and points to a placard that's on her desk, and it says Phyllis on it.
Is it in Draconic? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not. It's in common.
Thank you, Phyllis. That you've been very helpful. I appreciate it.
Well, you're the first person to pronounce it the right way. That's amazing.
I kind of curse under my breath, but that's okay.
She says, well, pleasure to maybe, I guess, meet you as well, even though I don't know who you are, but that's fine.
That's all right. We're gonna, we're gonna go talk to the big man for a little while. I gotta say, there's gonna be some, I guess, noise is the right word. Maybe you can head up early or check the top, or I think it's best if you, take the rest of the day to yourself. I think if you hear something, know that it's all part of the process, and it's all good.
So she's not the one that she's not the type to just leave her post. So I'm going to need you to make another deception check, or unless you think persuasion might be better, since you're trying to.
I think in this case it would be more of a persuasion.
You're trying to coerce her into leaving.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because that's less of a roll, but it's still 12.
Oh, this is an interesting development. Let's see. What's insight against persuasion? Yeah,
I would say so.
Yeah. So, so she's like, I'll think about it. Good day to you. And she spins back around and shuffling through papers, writing stuff down.
Bye. Have a great one.
She's doing work, son. Yeah. And as you leave, the door automatically like closes itself as you leave. And yeah, so you see Velma outside, and Lucar's gnawing on baked good, meat steak.
Baguette.
What?
Baguette.
Oh, a baguette. Okay.
A long piece of bread.
I was like, a bug what?
Baguette.
Got it.
Which way does
It's
this
like as
door
tall as
swing?
it's like as tall as you. You had it like where like people would put a sword in a sheath on their back. You've got a baguette. What'd you say? What'd you say, Andrew?
Which way does the door open, in or out?
In.
So there's no way to barricade it.
There's not.
That sucks.
There is not. So yeah. So now where is? Okay. So let's go to the quiet ones here. Azuri. Where's Azuri? Where's Skogar? Where are you guys right now?
I mean, Azuri timidly was hanging around in the room since enough other people left. Figured it was kind of safe at that point. So he's sort of just like walking around the room at this point, checking out the walls just to see if there's anything interesting on the inside of the conference walls. Or if there's like a crack in here, anything like that. I'm idly doing that to avoid eye contact with anyone else. And
how about you roll investigation? Let's make this fun.
That's right, dice, yes. 10.
You don't really see much, but like it's kind of weird as you go to the back, like the northeast corner. You do notice that, and it's the weirdest thing. You notice that there's a piece of dried jerky on the floor underneath the stool. And that's all. Do with that as you will. Skogar.
Lucar, are you hungry?
I mean, I've got some.
10-second rule, 10-minute rule. Where's your cutoff for a dried meat on the floor?
10-week rule.
Skogar, what are you doing?
I mean, it's jerky. It doesn't really,
Right.
Since is it jerky, or is it like leftover pieces of victims?
Technically, that's jerky. Since everybody's meandering about, Skogar goes, I think I forgot to try something. And then, but I'll be right back. And I think it's just around the corner is that area with the green crystal.
So
it's a minute walk away.
Yeah, so it's over here by where you came in.
Yeah. So that's what he does with his, I guess, first turn, and then
okay. So you're just like, see ya.
Yeah, from that blast that he got in his chest last week. He kind of feels something resonating in his chest with that big crystal that it comes out. And though he's not done it, he knows he can focus the energy of this crystal in his chest, and he's going to go investigate that.
All right. So
if I see him walking away, I'll remind him of that trap on the steps.
Watch that last step. It's a doozy.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, so Skogar's doing that, and Lissa. What are you doing?
She went right in and sat down on like the opposite side of the room, and she wants to text Uncle Z or check her text with Uncle Z.
Okay.
Just to look to like, yo, in the break room talking to Teddy here soon. What do you want me to ask for?
And then you
What's
see the bubble. You see the bubbles, like the message is coming. He says, strike a deal.
Okay.
Partner up.
What are you offering?
Offering.
What are you putting on the table?
Let me think about that for a second, because that's a good question. Okay. So Uncle Z says, tech.
Okay.
And then he says tech for majority control of his business.
Sounds good. Start high.
It's like
I like it.
I'm so glad we've been spending more time together. and then he says LMK. Oh, and then he's like, whoa, wait, but don't forget the other side of the deal. You remember what happens if he doesn't agree to the terms.
Oh yeah, no problem.
We don't.
A winky smiley face.
And you get an emoji with like X's in its eyes and then a thumbs up.
The laughing, crying emoji goes back.
And then that's the last thing he sends. So as you finish messaging, Tuddy comes out from his office, and he kind of comes out like sort of a little bit flamboyantly, right? And he comes out and he's like, well, hello. It's so good. So I'm so glad you all stayed, and you didn't try to do anything weird or sketchy. Where'd the big green one go?
Nothing weird or sketchy. He's just he's around.
You hear
needs to go run a lap.
Trip over that step. Oh, damn it!
And then the whole trap thing's about to start, but then you hear this like noise of there's no gas to make the fire shoot out. And then it's like and then there's a buzzer noise. It's like and it says error trap needs reset. Error. And so yeah, you got lucky on that one. For the sake of comedic value. So yeah, so Tuddy can hear, like, just faintly hears you, Skogar, and it's like, okay. Well, come on, let's have a chat in the break room then, shall we? And who's gonna go in to talk? Well, I should say who's going in and who's staying in. Like, yeah, who's gonna be in the room?
I'm in there.
I'll go in there if there's somebody else in there beside me.
I will cool guy lean against the entrance to the room, making sure I'm keeping an eye on HR door and down the hall and etc., but also listening in on the discussion.
Kazuri sits down, awkwardly adjusts, stands back up, takes a different position sitting down, still isn't comfortable, and then just stands there awkwardly.
I will Skogar needs to be here for this. I'll go see what he's doing, make sure it's not involving any sofas.
Fair enough.
And Tuddy goes, okay, well, don't go too far now. It's dangerous unescorted. It's that way on purpose. So you head off to meet up with Skogar, and we'll cut to that dynamic duo here in a few minutes. So you're all sitting around the table. Tuddy's sitting at the head of one end, and he looks at you all and says, "So, what brings you here? What's this deal that you speak of? Let's talk about this. This is intriguing to me."
Well, obviously, curiosity. I mean, we've heard tales of a crazy, powerful, I don't know, sorcerer or something, exploring all kinds of cool technology and different ways of mage breeding. And, we just couldn't keep ourselves away.
I appreciate that you recognize the talent before you. I mean, that speaks volumes to your intelligence and your assessment of fine mage breeding skills. Is this a field that you are interested in?
Oh yes. I'm currently a student at the esteemed Windshire University studying mage breeding, but it's a little limited there, I think, with their resources and the bounds that they're willing to go to.
I've I've actually heard of that. I've heard of that school. It's one of those up and coming universities, though, I believe, right? Because it's no Arcanics by any means.
Right. It's getting there.
Of which I am an alumni, actually.
Oh wow, very
Yeah.
nice.
Well, yes. My my sister works at your university. I don't know why she decided to go work there, but to each their own, I suppose.
Anyways, down to business. Very cool. We can talk about our alma maters or your alma mater some other time. But my uncle, I call him Uncle Z. He is also pretty up there in the magical technology world and mage breeding. And his lab has some pretty cool equipment that we think you might be interested in.
Do you have, do you have an example of this pretty cool equipment?
Of course. And she pulls
I
out.
can, it doesn't, I need to see what you're
Oh,
referring to.
of course. I'm not just all smoke. And then she pulls out her mage breeding sphere and she holds it out to him and says, "This is a original, legit mage breeding sphere that does all the things it's supposed to." And she like I don't know, clicks a button or something and has oh no, my brain really blanked. My bird, big
Big
wing.
wing.
There we go.
Yeah.
Has big wing come out in the center of the table, let's say.
Oh, he jumps back. He's like, "Oh, look at that."
As you can see, we've made some mage breeding modifications to Big Wing here, and all thanks to my uncle's lab.
And that chintzy little mage ball holds this bird, huh?
Exactly. Yep, it's held quite a few different kinds of monsters. I really want to test it on
legit
your
mage ball, legit, not chintzy.
exactly.
Top of the line. Was top of the line.
I mean, I've seen these all around regions of Eberron. This is not a new thing.
Oh, but it's much better than those other ones. Those are cheap knockoffs. This is the
He says
original.
he just interrupts you and he's like, "Oh, look at this plumage." And he looks at you. He looks at Big Wing, looks at you, and then says, "May I touch?"
Big Wing, is it okay?
That's up to you.
Sure.
Okay. So Big
yeah.
Wing goes and like just does a quick little nod with his head.
Exactly.
And so Tuddy just starts like feeling the feathers and kind of like pets it for a second. It's like, wow, this is fantastic. It's like
only the best.
I think this could be better.
Yes. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I'd really like to. I'd kind of really like to show you.
I mean, you can understand my hesitation. I mean, he is my bird that I've worked very hard with, and I would like to know what you're thinking before you do something strange.
So Big Wing's like standing and kind of facing more in the direction of Tuddy, but he turns his head and looks at you and raises like one eye.
Yeah, see, I'm the only one that Big Wing trusts. So you gotta tell me what you're thinking.
Well, I mean, so what exactly does it do? It has pretty feathers and flies around.
That it has a pretty strong beak and talons, can really take a chunk out of the bad guys. And then it also can cast light in case of darkness. Because I'm a human, can't see very well. And it also casts, it can cast, what is that called? Magic Missile. That's the one.
There you go.
I almost said Mage Ball. That's not right at all.
So
Magic Missile.
So then what you have is a flying lantern that can shoot a few bullets out of its wherever.
And let me tell you, those have come in handy.
I'm sure. I'm
Like having
envisioning
two of me out on the battlefield.
I'm envisioning if the feathers were just knives.
Oh, but then you can't pet him.
That's cool, though.
I don't think he needs to be pet.
Well, I think that's a matter of opinion.
I mean, I think I if you really want this partnership to blossom, I think you should just let me show you my work.
Yeah, just not on Big Wing. That's all.
It's rather disappointing.
Lissa puts Big Wing away. She calls him back into the sphere.
Oh. He looks at he kind of glowers at you when you put him back into the sphere. And Teddy says, well, I'm still unclear as to what exactly it is you have to offer me. If you're not going to let me do anything to your stupid bird. And then we're going to cut there.
Okay.
We're going to go to Velma and Skogar. So Velma and Skogar, by this time, you are, Velma, you catch up with Skogar enough in time to remind him of the safer way to go. And you take him up around by the green portal and around the corner here, and you come up to the double doors, which conveniently enough are currently still open from when you came through it before. And Skogar, you can see the skulls to either side on the other side of the entrance. But it does have the green gems in there, but they are not glowing. They're just they are sans glow at this time.
Skogar, what are you doing? Are you ditching us? Are you going to get another piece of upholstery?
Well, yeah. Oh no. I was doing the thing that I said I was going to do. What was that? It was the crystals. You're right. I wasn't going to keep going. But yeah, I think I have an idea of how to possibly solve this puzzle. Somehow I seem to be drawn to it.
I already tried to pry the gems out, and I couldn't do it. Yeah.
Well, stand back. Skogar comically.
I am standing back. I'm going to take conspicuous steps backwards.
He rips open his little white t-shirt and leather vest that he's got and tries to launch his, I don't remember what it is called, but activates the gem in his chest and tries to shoot out a little energy blast from this gem, knowing that probably going to cause him some harm.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go back. We're gonna have to go back to the lore on that one. Go back a little ways just to make sure that you've got the right notes for that. Because
I wrote it down 2d6 damage, but then I want to say 1d4.
I think you just it's either that you lose like an HP or your max HP goes down by 1 or something like that.
Okay,
if I recall.
So is there a comp save for that?
No, It's like just straight up. It's a straight trade-off. So you okay. So you activate your gem. That's like in the top part of your chest, and you're concentrating on it. You're scrunching your face up, and the gem starts to glow, and then you see the other 4 gems start to glow, and the more that yours glows, the more that those glow. And then, are you going to shoot one?
Yeah, he's going to look over his shoulder, tell Lisette de Velma, told you I was a rock god. Lets off a blast.
All right. So
Go, God, look out.
So you shoot one, and then it like does this thing where it like bounces off the prism, right? So it hits one, then the other, and it just goes back and forth until all 4 get hit, and it creates this like zigzag of energy where they're all connected, and they're connected to the one in your chest, and then they all at the same time just they come out of the sockets, and they then proceed to fly towards you, and and they mount themselves into your chest to join the other one. So now you've got one in the center, and they get a little smaller too. They scale down in size. So you get the one in the center, and then the 2 other on each side. So you almost have like this, like it's like those weird, like not weird, but the tattoos where they put the implants in your skin and stuff to like look like bumps. So it's kind of like that, but you can see like the gems kind of poking through your skin a little bit, and you've got them all lined up. And we can make more determination later about what that means for Skogar in regards to special abilities or special hindrances, if that works for you.
That hurt a lot.
And then obviously, so now the skulls are like just decorative skulls now. So you've permanently disabled this green gem trap thing. Anything else you would like to do while you're in this area, or would you be heading back?
He's going to limp back. His chest is pretty sore. He's really worried about being able to get his leather vest back over all of this.
And Velma, is there anything you wanted to do? Or are you just
I might suggest that we stop by that healing well and give it another try.
Okay. So you stop by the healing well, and
I forget what I had to roll last time.
It was a dex save.
Okay. Skogar will give that a try too, but only a 9, so I can't imagine that works.
I think that triggers a trap.
Yeah. So, well, this is inconvenient. You should have let her go, man. You should. What, Velma, did you roll by chance?
No, I thought the one who touched the.
Oh yeah, but I'd like
totally
to know,
forgot how this thing works.
I'd kind of like to know what you would have rolled before this happens.
What I would have rolled for a dex save.
Yeah,
it's only +4. I would have rolled a 21.
Yeah, that really sucks. Okay, so, and as Skogar goes to touch it, you see that there was actually still some blue stuff left in the bottom of the thing. So you would have been fine, and you could have just used a little bit that was left in there.
Oh boy, I didn't even need that much healing. I totally forgot how this thing worked.
So the blue starts to turn to red, and it starts to fill up. It starts to fill up.
Now might be a good time to run.
The center basin starts to fill up.
So this isn't how it's supposed to go? Okay.
Fills up with red, and then it starts to overflow. And then, and this is happening literally in the course of maybe let's say 15 to 20 seconds. And you see, as you are, let me get this thing to do what I wanted to do. Go. Okay. Let's pull up this thing real quick so I make sure I read this right. Yeah, so this red starts to turn into this humanoid humanoid like figure, right? But like more importantly, so you actually like can smell, Velma. You just smell, the air just fills with the smell of like iron and blood. And turns out all this red is blood, and this humanoid figure completely forms, and it's taller than Skogar. And what this is a out of game. This is a blood golem that has just made its presence known to you. And it just makes this really like liquidy, weird, gross, like kind of noise, almost like how Merman would talk in the old He-Man cartoons, like with that constant gurgle. But it's not even saying discernible words. And we're gonna cut there with that little fun little brief momentary cliffhanger, and let's go back to the break room, shall we? And yeah.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah, please do.
First,
sure.
Is this like Willy Wonka, where the Oompa Loompas are spying on everything, and whatever happens, Teddy knows?
Maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe not.
We'll find out.
Yes, exactly. I haven't heard an Oompa Loompa song yet, so don't put that work on me. So Lissa, the last thing that was said was Tuddy called your bird stupid.
What we came to offer was the technology to make more creatures like Big Wing or better, and use that partnership to do that kind of stuff, improve the world of mage breeding, but not specifically on my bird.
Have you seen my work?
Yes, actually, I have seen several examples of your work.
And what do you think?
I think it's a genius.
Well, I appreciate that. And that means a lot. Coming from a fledgling amateur like yourself, I'm glad that you recognize the talent that you see before you. I work very hard at it. And then he glances over at you, Lucar, because you're just kind of hanging out. Because you're hanging out in the room, but sort of like off to the side, right? He looks at you and says, Would you like to be taller?
No.
How about a longer torso?
But not taller.
I mean, I can make your legs long. I can make your torso long. I can, if you.
I'm pretty happy in my skin. I like who I am.
I mean, you would just have a lot of bare midriff shirts. It wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, but my legs would be even shorter than they are now if I had a longer torso.
Only in what do you call it? What's that word? Only in like ratio, right? Like it wouldn't be that bad. I just figured I'd ask. I look and I see these ideas. They just come to me, so I have to. It makes me want to.
You have to say them out loud. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to extend the offer. I mean, it's all these ideas just excite me. They always just. It's just thrilling to know the things that I can do. Kashani looks at you, and he's like, well, I mean, I don't often say this, but you're damn near perfect.
I love this man.
I can't.
I'm just.
I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything that I would do. I would do differently.
I think hear me out, and this is weird. Like I was thinking, like get a scar, just a minor like a nick that's just there. That kind of like you see it, and you're like, it just makes everything like the imperfection makes it even more perfect in a way. I was thinking that. What do you think?
Here, let me make it. I'm gonna make a quick roll to see just how slick Tuddy really is. He says, I think that would be a good idea, and I think that's something I could help you out with. Do you want the scar to have sentient intelligence, maybe?
What? No. I don't need your help. I can do these things on my own.
Oh, really? Do show me.
No.
So you're saying you can do this thing, and then you can't show me that you can do this thing?
No, I don't want to show you. It's the difference.
He looks at you and he glowers at you, and his eyes kind of glow like a orangish red for a second, and like you swear you see like the in some of those sci-fi movies, like where it's like a face scrambles a little bit, and for like a second you swear you see like this like demonic bear like just go like and show up for a second then disappear. And when he says, "Oh no, really, I think you should show me," and he's gonna try to intimidate you, but it's an 11. So roll against that, I guess.
All right. I mean, I got a dirty 20. So
yeah, so you're not intimidated.
I'm just like, okay, it's I kind of start like when I see this happen, I'm like, okay, listen, why don't you work out this thing with Lissa, and just I'll think about showing you. I mean, it's not like a trade secret or anything. I just it's no big deal, I guess. Is like it's my thing. You got your thing. I don't, I mean, if you want to show me how you do your thing, I'll show you how to do my thing. I guess that could be fair. But I think you should work this out with Lissa,
He says, are you one of those?
Oh, don't even go there, my friend. Do not go there. All right. I know. Just watch what you're about to say. Okay. Because it's getting to be like you're on the edge of racism is what I'm saying. Just watch what I'm gonna let you slide. I'm just gonna let you slide. But if you go there, one of them, I mean that's already loaded language. Okay. I'm gonna give you that warning.
That's ever so kind of you. Did you get to sample? Did you get to try a sample of my virus by chance?
Your virus, you say?
Why, yes.
I'm gonna need a minute. You talk. you talk, Alyssa. I'm gonna go gather up some of my friends here. I'm very hot right now. I'm gonna need a minute.
Well, if you need to cool down, just feel free to head down the way. There's in the supplies room. There's an access to some cold potable water that you could drink if you need it. And so then he just turns away from you and looks at you, Lissa, and says, "Okay, so I must admit, this is trying my patience. So
I agree. Let's just cut to the chase.
Please.
Yeah. So
what can you give me, and what do you expect in return? And what is this you say Uncle Z. Does this Uncle Z have an actual name?
Oh, he does. Out of game, there's no way I'm gonna remember what that is.
Zedekiah. I don't blame you.
Which one is it? Zedekiah or Zachariah?
It's Zedekiah. Zedekiah Esterholt.
Okay, got it.
Is what it be? Gotta find. Let me see.
He is Zedekiah Esterholt, and he has
folders here.
One of the best labs in The country, this nation, this land.
guy.
Yeah.
This guy,
Yeah,
this
he
bro
looks-
right here. This redheaded Dragon Ball Z looking dude with the big fat gloves and the artificer arms.
Giving me Final Fantasy VII vibes.
Yeah, exactly, totally, 100%. Just no
Yep.
big sword. So
his technology for a majority share in the company and the profits.
what?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Half share.
Again, no.
I
I don't do
don't
partners.
know if this is gonna work here.
I don't do partners.
Oh. Well then. I guess negotiations are closed.
I think you're right. Good day to you. And he scooches back you hear the stool slide as he goes to turn and stands up like he's going to go head out of the room. And as that's happening, we're going to cut back over to Skogar and to Velma, because y'all got a blood golem standing right here and starting to walk out from this area. And Velma, you and Skogar are like kind of right at the edge. So I will give you the opportunity to avoid initiative at this specific moment in time, if you would choose to just run back to the others or run out of this floor back to the entrance without an opportunity to attack
say
on you.
that.
Yeah.
Skogar, new plan. Lead it to the portal and we'll push it through. Does that count?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
All right. So Skogar
how are you going to do this? Please share it with
presumably
me.
it's going to chase us.
Skogar just grabs his bone knife, cuts the palm of his fist, starts bleeding, shaking it around, saying, "Hey, big boy, right here!" And he's just shaking blood around. Come get me, you nasty ugly son, whatever you are.
So,
Velma, you better have a plan. He's coming.
there's a lot of that's a ton of temptation for this guy, for this creature, and it just starts to lumbers off the stand, and it's coming with such a ferocity of hunger of the fresh blood that it's just seeing being just wasted right in front of it, and it's walking, sliding, slithering all at the same time towards you, Skogar. Velma, where are you in this equation, though?
I am, while it's chasing Skogar, I will be behind it, and hopefully he can do a tabletop. And
okay, I'm going to need you to do a stealth, please, on that move, Velma.
Okay. Stealth is +7. That's an 18.
Okay. You are able to sneak around it, and so you are creeping behind it as it's coming towards Skogar. And we're gonna say you get over here.
Hold on.
And
I'd like to think at this moment,
oh no,
Kashan is goes to the top of the stairs. He's like, guys, we're about to kill this guy. Oh shit.
That's perfect, actually. Yeah. Okay. So
this big gloopy mud monster, like, oh shit.
So you get to the top of the stairs and you see Skogar over here shaking his arm around with blood shooting out of it. Not like crazy, like a ton, but just like enough, right? And you see this lumbering blood golem coming towards it, and Velma like sneaking behind like this. and So that happens. So you've ducked out because you're just like freaked out and really mad. And so you say, what do you actually say?
Guys, hurry up. We're about to go kill this guy. Oh shit.
And Yeah. So what's the reaction, Skogar? What are you doing?
So yeah, he just leans into it a little bit more. He's like, oh, I got something that's red. He reaches down into his crotch and pulls out that magic hat that he got like in like week 5 of the campaign that's been sitting there the whole time.
Okay.
He starts waving it around. And he's shaking his blood hand and getting ready. And you kind of see he starts to take a stance, somewhat of what he does in combat when he's preparing a maneuver as he's trying to draw it forward.
Okay. All right. It keeps following you. And Velma, are you staying behind?
Still? I am, now that Kashan is here, I am pointing at the golem and miming the push maneuver.
Because it does not pick up on, it's so hungry, it does not pick up on you, Kashan. And it's just moving forward. It wants Skogar bad.
Wants what it wants.
Yep. So right now at this point, we're gonna say like Skogar, you're like here. You're just a few like we'll call these what I think we were calling them like 5 foot squares. So you're about 15 feet or so away from the portal. And the blood golem is like really close to you at this point, and Velma is behind.
Okay. So he's gonna ready.
I'm gonna mind to Velma. You got 1 minute, and then we're gonna exist.
So because this is all technically happening, like the majority of that happened when everything else was going on in the conversation in the break room, right? And then Kashan, when you got pissed and you just dipped out, you were walking, and then meanwhile, Lissa and Tuddy are going back and forth, arguing, and then this is happening. So this should all tie in fairly close together here when all's said and done. Maybe some of you might just want to prepare an initiative number just to be ready to go. Let me get that out there. Okay. So Skogar. So Skogar, you are
readying an action for an attack / trip attack battle maneuver.
Okay. Ooh, nice. I see what okay. I get where you're going with this. I like this. Yeah, so Velma, talk to me, because this is the Velma and Skogar show. So you guys need to convince me this is going to work.
I don't know if I can convince you that when I got an initiative of 6.
Oh, isn't the initiative you're rolling is for later. It is not for this moment right now.
All right. I was hoping that by cluing Kashan in on the push attack that I'm planning, that he might help me since my strength is quite low.
I feel like that ship has sailed, and I think Kashan's not going to do that.
Yeah, you guys got this under control.
Okay. But so I'm watching for Skogar to do his thing, and then I'll give the push.
So here's the thing. If Skogar... All right, so this is how we're going to do it. If Skogar is successful with his trip attack, then you will get advantage on your push.
Okay.
If he is not successful in his trip attack, you'll have to roll straight with whatever your modifier is. So that's how we're going to do that. So, okay, so let's play this out. Blood Golem is coming towards you, Skogar. You're right near the portal at this point. How's this going to go?
Yeah, so he normally gets 2 actions, but let's see if it happens on the first. So as it's coming forward, I guess it's coming not that fast, but fast enough to hopefully knock it off balance and keep it stumbling forward.
Okay.
Oh, nice. That's a 16 on the die, so that'd be a 22 for the attack. Dang. That's the attack. However, it now needs to save a strength saving throw versus 16 in order to stay upright.
Oh. Oh wait, I'll re-roll it. It stays upright.
Oh shit. So if he's got 2 actions, can he try again?
Yeah, you can you can try one more. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
17 to hit the second time. If that beats the AC, then it again makes a strength saving throw versus 16. So I guess he goes out, he sweeps one leg.
So
It
this
makes
thing,
purchase, he sweeps the other leg. So Skogar probably went prone at this point, accidentally trying to trip it so hard.
can you see that?
Oh, nice.
So the blood golem, like its bloody shins hit your body right as you're down low, and you just hear this like gross, loud, squishy noise as it just starts to go and like fall forward towards the portal. Velma.
All right. With advantage, I only got a 5.
Okay. How bad do you want this to work?
I'm willing to let it play out, but I really want it to work so we can help out with Tutty.
Okay. So as you go to push, you trip over your feet a little bit, and you find yourself kind of like, oh, and the blood golem falls into the portal and proceeds to like that blood puddle proceeds to like kind of like it hits the ground on the other side of the portal and just sort of flattens out. And then you fall, Velma, and you fall and you're half in the portal and half out of the portal. The portal is around your waist. And it's at this time
that tickles.
It's this time that the portal is starting to close from the top down.
I see. All right.
Get out of there, buddy.
If I had a fedora that fell off, I'm leaving it.
When you're prone, there's not a lot of time.
Okay. Then I will use my bonus action to take the dash action to use half of that movement to get up and move back.
Okay. The portal actually catches and trims off some of your hair as you manage to get out before you got chopped in half. And the portal, and as it closes up, then it closes up, then it opens back up again, and the scenery in the back on the other side is different from it was last time.
Okay.
So it basically changed the location. And then Skogar, you notice that around the entire rim of this portal are little glowing green gems around the outer rim of this portal. There's about maybe 10 of them. And so you've managed to get rid of the blood golem, thankfully. And are you guys, so Kashan, what are you doing? Are you still watching? Are you getting antsy? What's your deal?
Yeah, I'm like, come on, hurry.
Okay. All right.
So Lissa, what was your number?
17.
Okay. Skogar, what was can you roll initiative if you haven't already? Lukar, what was yours?
13.
6. Okay. 13. Got it. All right. And Kashan, you had a 20, right?
No, I was just I was making jokes about that. I actually got 23 with a legitimate roll.
Gotcha. That's cool. So you are still you're still first.
First in your heart, baby.
I'm just writing everybody in order, so just give me one moment, and then we'll go back to some excitement here, assumedly, in a moment. Okay. Oh wait, Velma got a 6 and Lukar got a 6, right? So Velma would be first, I would imagine. Right? Would Velma be first?
I don't know. What's your dex?
I think we're both +3.
No, I have a dex of 13. I'm loaded on wisdom and intelligence, and
Then
not
it
so
is
much in
me.
dex.
Got it. Done and done. Okay. All right. So yeah, let's get into it, y'all. So yeah, so Kashan, you get them moving and you come back around the corner here. And we're gonna cut back to Alyssa. We're gonna cut back to you. So Tuddy has gotten up and Tuddy is starting to walk out of the room.
I mean, I want to attack him with his back turned.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
I want to do a magic missile.
Okay.
Yep, that's the plan.
Let it ride.
Send 3 darts right at the back.
As you're doing that, Azuri's like, so we just follow you right out of here, right? No deal. You'll just walk us. And then
boom, boom, boom.
Oh.
That's
Poor
10.
Azuri. He doesn't want all these troubles, man. Okay, 10 damage.
Yep.
Got it.
He's rethinking the group he fell into at first week of school.
It hits they hit Tuddy in the back. And he of course is going to do something in reciprocity here before we start our initiative here. And let's see.
Mhm.
What even is this guy's? Oh yeah, okay. All right. He's gonna turn around and he's like, that kind of smarted a little bit and was highly unnecessary, I think. And then he goes, and then he looks at you and goes like this, goes and gives you finger guns, and he's going to Eldritch blast you with 4 blasts.
Hey,
Oh,
before he does.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
So are we? Because you said, are we outside of initiative, or can I take a reaction here?
We are outside of initiative. It will kick in after because he's reacting to her.
So I can or cannot take a reaction.
Part of me wants to say, well, it depends on what your reaction is. but I'll hear it out. What do you got?
I was going to counterspell his Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Do it.
it should just work since it's Eldritch Blast is a cantrip.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, should I waste a counterspell on this?
Poor Eldritch Blast can be a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's casting. I just see the finger guns come out. So
Right.
I'm going to cast Counterspell, and if it's 3rd level or lower, which it is, then it automatically fails and has no effect. And I'll say, sit down, Tuddy.
So as he goes to do the finger guns, it just goes and sizzles and like just fizzles out at the end of his fingers. And he's like, and tries the next 2 shots, and it still fizzles. He's like, and he like actually pretends to like put them back in like holsters, like he's just that insane.
Oh my gosh.
And now we are now officially in initiative order. But I think it's important to note that, like, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. So so for Kashan and Velma and Skogar, you're going to be about like 1 movement turn away from where you need to be by the entrance to the break room, meaning you can get over in this general area. You just might not be able to get into the room to do something unless you're going to do something from through the doorway.
Well, okay. I am going to do some things.
All right, Kashan, then you're up.
Good if I'm up, right? So I'm gonna use my movement to get there.
Yep.
Right. So I can't get him yet.
So he's like over here. He's like in the side. He's like on the south and at the south of the room, at the south head of the table. Then
I'm going to use my bonus action or my whatever the roguish whatever it's called, where
that I just took.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, the rogue feature of doing another thing, cunning action. That's
it.
The word I'm looking for. Cunning action to again dash to get right up to him.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack him.
Okay.
With my longsword, and I like to think that between then when I left and when I came back, I managed to put the scar on my face, so he sees my scar face coming at him. Because I'm that petty.
Okay. Okay. He's like, wow, this is so cool.
All right, that is going to be a 25 to hit this bro.
Damn. That is a hit.
I gathered that was the way to go. That's going to be 7 points of damage as I hit him two-handed with my longsword.
Okay. He's like, ow. That's not necessary.
It's for a virus, you jerkweed.
Oh, you didn't like it? It was so effective. Tell me it wasn't effective. Come on now.
You're a clown.
I do great work. And Lissa, you're up again.
Mid at best.
Yeah, I wasn't so impressed.
Dang.
And you know what? I'm actually going to cast Mirror Image.
Interesting. Okay.
On myself.
Okay.
So there are now, 3 other Lissas hanging around.
Yep.
Okay. Making it rather confusing, I see, huh?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So then where are they going to be? Are they in proximity to you?
For now, yeah, they're like right next to me.
Okay. So I'm assuming you were kind of at the other end of the table, right? Like, because you put the big wing was right in the center. So now you've got like 3 other Lissas all around you,
Exactly.
to try to throw them off. Do they talk or no? I don't think they do, right? Mirror Image
I don't
doesn't
think
talk.
so.
I believe they just kind of just mimic the actions that Alyssa does.
Okay. All right. Okay. So then it's going to be Tuddy's turn. He's in a very awkward spot because he doesn't really know who he wants to attack, especially because of what you just did, Kashan. So
when does Azuri get into this?
You're gonna be next.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be next. So let's see. Okay. Yeah. So he just shakes his head and he's like, and he says, he does some weird like movements and stuff, and then he's like, you just all need to get yourselves under control, and he claps his hands and casts thunderclap, and I need all of you to make a con save, please, and let me know if you beat a.
I'll counterspell this too.
Make a statement.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure I have it. Yeah, I've got another spell slot for that.
So how does that work exactly? Like if it's casted over.
Is it 3rd level or below?
Let's see here. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So you gonna cast it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So he just claps really loud. And he's like, and he does it again. And he's like, what? This is really getting frustrating. And
you should get him.
His thunderclap was a cantrip. So which is kind of funny that something like that would be a cantrip, but that's cool. Whatever. Azuri, your turn.
Azuri is going to use his turn and channel divinity to get his Twilight Sanctuary going. So there's dim light around me in like 15-foot radius or so, which I think encompasses most people in most of this room.
Okay.
What are these squares? Are these 10 foot?
These are 5s.
They're 5. Okay, yeah. So it's pretty much the whole room.
And what does it do?
Whenever someone ends their turn in my sphere, if they're with me, they get temporary hit points.
So the bad guys don't get it.
No.
Okay. I'm sorry, the bad guy doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I think I'm pretty sure I get to choose.
And is that your action?
Yeah, that's my action, and I just say, what virus are you? What's going on?
Skogar, it's
being more or less left out of this. I'll get my temporary hit points.
Okay. It's Skogar, it's going to be your turn. Tutty responds to you, Azuri, and Tutty's like, it's my virus. Ask your friend about it. Talking about Kashan. And Skogar, it's your turn.
So Skogar can probably just get around the corner, based on whatever you're saying. He looks in the room.
Yeah, you can get like right here. You're not gonna be able to get in melee.
Yeah. So he kind of calls over to the group. I found that last guy who cheated me at a bar. And he says this as Skogar is just literally covered in blood. Like, looks like he took a blood bath, literally. He goes, so that just leaves that Tuxpan guy. But I hope he's still here. And he's just raging, ready to come in.
Okay. I like that setup.
Because trying to really stir some fear into him.
Would Skogar be within 15 or 20 feet of me?
I'm outside the room.
Far away. Okay.
No, actually, no, I don't think, not quite yet.
Okay.
And it's a good thing that you're amped up, Skogar, because from behind you is a voice and says, I can't believe you let me die. And as you turn and glance behind you, you see Thorn, that giant minotaur dude, but he's all charred up. And like he's slowly coming like kind of reforming. And he just kind of stomps up towards you and swings a giant battle axe at you and swings twice. I'm assuming a 22 hits.
Yeah, that assumption would be correct.
18 as well.
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be 12 slashing damage.
In total for the 2?
Yep.
All right.
12 slashing damage. And he's just as you thought you were raging, he's much more raging.
I see that.
He's like, I was ready to help you all, and you let me die. And it is now Lucar's turn. Lucar disappeared into the Aurora Borealis, it looks like. It's a rage. So Velma, we can go to you and come back to Lucar if he comes back while you're taking your turn.
All right, I am going to, instead of fighting Tutty Rex Ben, I will be fighting the Minotaur. By first taking a bonus action, Insightful Fighting, I will do an insight check. You would counter with Deception, and what did I get? 11. If you beat an 11, it doesn't work. Otherwise, I get not advantage, but I get automatic sneak attacks.
I got a 12.
Okay.
Like legit.
Yeah, well, you're still like next to Skogar, so I still get a sneak attack if I hit. And I would just use that force gun. Okay, does a 21 hit?
Yes.
That would be for 11 force damage, and sneak attack would be an additional 8, probably also force damage.
Nice. So he takes a blast, singes
Nobody
him.
told you to step on that trap. In fact, I'm pretty sure somebody said don't just before you stepped on it.
Said it seconds too late. And I'm assuming Lucar is not back in the room. Going once, going twice. All right. Kashan, back to you at the top.
Cool. How many temp hit points am I getting? Did we determine?
Oh wait, Lucar just came back. We can
let Lucar do his thing.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Azuri, send a message if you could about the temp hit points.
It'll be at the end of your turn. You
got it. Okay.
Yeah. No one's ended their thing within the end. I'll say it when it happens.
Okay, cool. Got it.
So
Lucar, you're up.
I will also do magic missile.
Okay. On Tuddy or on? Were you here to hear that Thorn came back?
I just barely heard it, but I'm going to do it on Tuddy.
Okay.
10 points of damage.
All right.
And then I will try to get into the twilight.
Step into
you
the light.
You should be pretty close. I think most of this room's in the twilight.
So I think I was, but just to make sure I'm in the twilight.
Yeah. If you end your turn there, you're going to get 12 temporary hit points.
Rock and roll.
Question for you.
Yes.
Counterspell. No, for Lucar, counterspell. You cast 2 of them. That requires wild magic rolls.
Ooh, I forgot about that. And the magic missile does too.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, so that's 3. So I need you to roll 3 in succession.
First one, I'm good. The second one was close, but good.
Okay.
Uh-oh. The third one is a 2, and I was up at 4.
All right. What's this wild magic going to be?
I am looking now. Let me get the D100.
You keep lucking out on either cool or like not too. I mean, you turned into a plant once. That was kind of fun.
64. I cast fog cloud on myself.
Nice. Okay.
So we're in a twilight, and we are also in a fog cloud, which is
basically a raven.
A 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on my point. The area is heavily obscured and lasts for the duration, which is up to 1 hour.
Oh, great. So this is a big cloud of fog. So that's got to be like disadvantage for like everybody, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, it's all out in the hall too. It's just like pouring out like somebody's got somebody, like Cheech and Chong.
Right. When they're driving the van.
Nice.
This is great. This is so perfect. I love this. Okay, so Kashan, it's top of the order, and now there's fog everywhere.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to cast Divine Favor on myself as a bonus action.
Okay.
It is a bonus action. Yes, it is a bonus action, which gives me a D4 of radiant damage. So like, is it disadvantage to hit this guy? Is that what's going on now?
Yes.
Is there anybody standing next to him within melee?
I don't think so, actually. No, nobody's engaged with him in melee at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Except for me.
There you go.
You guys are not very helpful for me, but that's all right. And we're saying disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's going to be an 8. 8 to hit him.
That's a miss.
With disadvantage.
Sad to say.
I figured.
That is a miss.
All right, well, that's what I do.
Kashan, if you're ending in the twilight, which I think you are, we're all in that area. 10 temporary hit points for you.
I sure am. Oh, I will take those and enjoy them. Thank you.
Lissa, what are you doing?
You had 4. Well, I've got 5. and she shoots her finger guns with magic missiles at second
Oh, dang. Okay. I like that.
Oh, that's an excellent roll. That was 3 4s and 2 2s. So 21.
Okay. Wow.
So the
Damn.
+1 on each. Yep. The +1's on each, right?
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah,
well
so
done.
21.
Well done on the casting something that automatically hits when you are
in the fog cloud.
Yeah, that's well done. That's I'm really impressed with that. Nice work.
Mhm.
And Lissa, take 11 temporary hit points.
Awesome.
So Lissa, you're like there. And where are you, Azuri? Are you over to the east?
Yeah, I think I'm on sort of the far side here.
Okay, that would make sense. Kashan's like over just past the doorway, I would assume, coming in from there. Skogar is out. He is out in the hall, and so is Velma. Lukar, you would probably be probably in the doorway, you think, or like inside. I
I'm
think
inside.
Yeah, maybe
But-
along this, maybe close to the exit though, probably.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, cool. Great. So then, let's see. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. It's hard to decide. Yeah, I want that one. Okay. So, so it's Tuddy's turn, and Tuddy is going to look at you, Lukar, and he says, and he can barely see your form. Little legs, I think you're the problem here. And he goes to shoot at disadvantage a what's called ray of sickness at you. But he's going to do it at third level.
I mean, I'm going to roll just to see if I can see him. Because if I can see him casting the spell, what would that be, do you think?
Perception.
Yeah, perception. I feel like it's perception at disadvantage, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
So that would be wisdom. So at disadvantage, I rolled a 7. So I'm guessing I can't see him very well.
Yeah, you cannot see him.
Then I don't know that he's casting a spell that I won't cast counterspell.
Correct. And I am going to take a wild guess and say that a 21 hits you.
Yeah, I think it does.
Because he rolled pretty decent on both rolls. Okay, 18. You take let's see.
There goes my 10.
You take 18 poison damage, and I need you to also make a con save.
And yeah, choose through the temporary first.
Hey, nat 20 on my con save.
Nicely done. Okay, so you're not poisoned, so that's good for you. And that is Tuddy's turn. Azuri, Azuri, you're up.
So Azuri's gonna feel for the table here, and move to the south here a little bit, so he's closer to the middle of the table.
Okay.
And then he is going to flip the table up to put a thing between him and Tuddy.
He's got a flip table.
So I'm
right.
going to table flip and then sort of duck behind it.
Okay.
Nice.
Can you do a strength check for me, please?
Sure. Oh gosh, maybe this table's really heavy. Strength check. That's going to be 4.
So you go up to it, and you walk up and you put your hands on it, and you go to lift, and you go, and the only thing people can hear is you go at the end as you give yourself a groin pull, and you're gonna be you'll be able to take an action but no movement on your next turn.
Okay, Azuri's gonna like duck under the table.
And so that's what happens to you.
And like grab a stool to like help support him some here because that didn't go well. Okay, I do get to roll for my temp again if
Skogar is your turn. And remember, you're engaged now with Thorn the Minotaur guy.
He really digs into Thorn and says, "Yeah, I stepped on that step. Nothing happened. You're just a wuss." And he swings down his
Love it.
Oh dang. He swings down his first greatsword attack for a crit fail.
Oh, dude. Do me a favor, because you have a bone sword, right?
Oh no. Yeah, what's the dice?
Roll a straight D20 for me and just tell me what you get.
Okay. 15.
Okay. You just your sword hits the ground. It vibrates significantly, but thankfully does not shatter.
Yeah.
So that's good. But yeah, that is I would say so you technically get another attack, do you not?
Yeah. Unless you felt that wasn't warranted, but
yeah, I'll give you another one. It's fine. Go for it.
So he goes, all right between the horns. And that time he rolls a 15 again on the die, so that'll be above a 20.
That is a hit.
And he'll slash down with 15 points of slashing damage.
Goodness, nicely done.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he hits hard. And then, even though he thinks it's probably fruitless, he as he slashes and pulls his sword away, he tries to hook it under his arm and disarm. Since it was a successful attack, he's going to try one more maneuver, disarming attack. So it would need to make a strength saving throw versus 16.
Okay. Strength save. This is probably going to be high though. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 20. It's a 24.
I was like, yeah, this thing probably could only roll like a 3 and fail. All right. No, he's got a grip on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, man. So let's see. What is that? Oh, dang. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, okay. So it's Thorn's turn. I didn't actually say it outright, but he is for sure raging. And let's see. He is going to oh, dang. Okay. Yeah. So he's gonna swing his axe at you twice.
Okay.
As a starter. Oh shit, man. Nat 20 and a
do we also get disadvantage in the fog?
And a 16. I think the majority of the fog though is actually in the room.
Okay.
I feel like.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot radius. So if I was where I was, it's just
okay.
Yeah, so it's in the room. It's like scooching out through the doorway.
It's just atmospheric out here.
Yeah, exactly. So a nat 20 and a 17.
Oh yeah, those both hit. Oh, I probably shouldn't have pissed him off.
I'm sorry. This is going to be a bunch of stuff that's going to happen right here. Because as that happens and he hits you, he also
he's
does.
a barbarian that just critted. This is going to be fun.
He does this cool thing that is called Infectious Fury. So he is going to, first of all, let me give the damage. So it's going to be, let's see, 12, 14. Oh shit. Okay. 27 slashing damage is what you take in total. Wow. And can you do a wisdom save, please?
Yeah. Oh, that's even worse. It was a 6, not a 9. Okay, that brings it down to a 5.
Okay. Yeah, so it's going to Thorn is going to say all you had to do was stay on my side. And you get a splitting headache as you take 17 psychic damage.
Oh my god. Skogar just drops. But before we came down here, we took a long rest, right?
Correct.
Or we were granted one.
Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it?
We were fully healed in the blue goo.
Okay, yeah. So he stands right back up and goes
with 1 HP.
Yeah, with 1 HP.
Okay. Yep.
Still covered in blood. A lot of it now is his own.
Yeah.
And it says, "I'm gonna snap those horns off and make a hat out of them." And that's his turn.
Nice. All right. So you say that, Lucar.
He's going to go down again.
All right.
Does that count as an intimidate check?
I don't know. Considering he's,
I don't even want to roll that because I know that the outcome would be. No, I like where you're going.
It's a pretty good line.
I don't know how I could. He just obliterated me.
He killed you, and you got up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna magic missile Tutty.
Okay, do it.
And that is 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And if I'm ending my turn, I don't get more hit points, do I? It's a one-time only thing, John?
No, you get every time you end here. So if you're
Yeah.
Yeah, so the way temporary hit points work are as long as you end within it, you get granted temporary hit points. You can't be granted the temporary hit points don't stack. So I roll, you get so many temporary hit points. If it's greater than the number of temporary hit points you have, it's your new temporary hit point total. And if not, you just keep the ones you had.
Well, I have 0, so.
So yeah, in that case, you will get all these again because you ended in the circle again. That's 10 temporary hit points.
Cool.
Hey, what level is that spell?
What?
Your spell.
It's channel divinity. It's not a spell.
What is it?
It's my channel divinity for being a Twilight cleric.
Oh, okay. So it's just a thing you can do.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, that's fine.
And
good for you. Yeah. I'm happy for you.
It's great, and I haven't used it as much as I should. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. So Lucar, your turn's over, and we're at Velma now. Velma, you see Skogar went down and then come back up, looking rough.
That's good for me because I get another sneak attack.
Okay.
And well, first I do a golf clap at that awesome line. That was great. And then +5 to hit crit. It's a crit, according to.
Jeez. And you're sneak attacking. This damage is going to be ridiculous.
I don't think that doubles.
No, but still, it's still good.
All right, so that was 17 force damage.
All the dice double.
Okay, and I'll. That was 17 normal and 18 sneak attack.
In total.
So that's
nice.
35. Okay.
I think that's the best melee hit of the campaign.
Thorn.
Wait, we got a paladin, so he probably.
I think I did a lot of damage to that gold thing a couple weeks back. It was all for naught.
It was like 50 or 60 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I did something ridiculous and it still died. But
yeah. Does Lucar have to exit this does Lucar have a hard stop this evening?
I do not.
Okay.
My wife's still not here, but my kid's not working. So.
Okay. Got it. All right. Okay, so Velma, yeah, you did some nice damages. So kudos for that. Kashan, you're up.
All right. Has anybody decided to engage with this thing guy or no? Or is it just me
Nobody's
versus
in melee
Tuddy
with
as
him.
it is?
Yeah.
We're all winning.
Except me.
Mano y mano.
That's fine. That's fine.
And you're at disadvantage
That's
too because of this mist.
I mean, it's my fault for making a rogue paladin. Like, who makes that? That's just
And this mist is going to be here longer than the battle will be.
It sure is.
Wait, I don't remember now. Did I take that damage after the fog? Because it's a concentration spell. That it's sort of weird because I'm the one, like, I didn't really cast the spell, but it's a concentration. So I'll leave that up to you, Bill, if you think.
Okay, I'll have a think on that for a moment. We'll leave it there for now because I like that it's also crippling to you guys as much as it is to mine. So
that makes it wild. It makes it magic wild.
That's why it's wild.
It's an even playing field. Yeah, it's wild. Wow,
it's
man,
involuntary, so I don't know why it would be concentration in this case.
Got it.
All right.
But again, I'm not the DM.
Fair point. What are you doing, Kashan?
I am attacking this guy who I think might be in front of me or near me because I hear him.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that is a dirty 20. So we are doing.
That is a hit.
7. That's 12 points of damage on this dude.
Okay. He just that really smarts. You're very feisty.
Yeah, you need to die already.
Lissa, it's your turn.
All right, let's do some more magic missiles.
Do it.
3rd level again. Hitting all 5. Okay.
And Kashan, if you didn't have 11 temporary hit points, you have 11 now.
Oh, I thought I had 10.
If you had 10, you now get 1 more. You get up to 11.
Yeah. So that is 15.
This is getting a little old. It's fine. It's fine. 15 on Tuddy?
On Tuddy, yep.
Okay. Got it.
And I'm mixing around with my mirror images,
Yeah. Y'all are too good at knowing what your characters do. So let's see.
It's 10 temporary hit points if you didn't, or if you had less than that. If you had more than that, keep what you had.
Sounds good.
It is Tuddy's turn. So he's going to do something fun. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to say enough of this smoke, and he casts Dispel Magic and dissipates all of the smoke. So it's all gone. Azuri, I see doubt in your face. Is that acceptable to you?
That's fine.
Okay. Just checking. So then, because I think any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. So I would assume that this spell is below 3rd level.
Oh yeah.
This spell. So no, not so Skogar, not Azuri's thing. It's actually just the mist, just the cloud.
Yeah.
So Lucar, the cloud, the mist, the cloud, misty smoke stuff is gone. He did Dispel Magic, but then he's also
his theme song comes back, right?
No, and then as a bonus action, Tuddy's gonna pull out this little gadget thing that he's got in his hand, and he's going to he's going to turn it, and it makes like a cracking noise. Kashan, you've seen this object before. It looks and sounds familiar to you.
Is this the thing that kills dudes?
Well, it's the thing that killed the captain.
Right.
So he cracks it, and then let's see. Izuri, where you are standing,
sort of under the table there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're under the table. And remember, we said like on your next turn, like you can't move.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So the entire area that you're in is a cloud of daggers.
Ooh.
So
That's
what's going on for you. And it is your turn. So although you cannot move, you can at least take an action if you'd like. If you can do something while you're not able to actually do movement.
Like move at all, or just move around? Like move around. Okay. Because plan was gonna go ahead and cast spiritual weapon, and just make a spectral. We're gonna make it an axe because that sounds cool. Make it a spectral axe behind Teddy here, and I'm gonna take a swipe at him.
Okay. Does the spiritual weapon, I thought you only cast it at first and then it doesn't get to do anything until its next turn around.
On the turn you cast it, you get to make an attack. After that, it's a bonus action to make an additional attack.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
That's an 11 to hit.
That is a miss, and you are going to take 24 slashing damage in the cloud.
Okay, well that's fine. I gotta do some math here.
So that's going to happen to you, and then because it's at the end of your turn, Skogar, it's your turn with your 1 HP.
Yeah. So
I get my temporary hit points. Cool.
Let's see. Could he tell, because he's like charred, reanimated nonsense? Does it look like he's hurt? Does it look like he's struggling? Or I can't tell at all.
He's not struggling.
Oh boy. Then he's gonna say, Velma, I'll try to read right back. And he'll take Skogar slinks down, backs off, uses a disengage action as his action for his turn, and backpedals 10 feet.
Okay.
And I guess he's near the table. As he backs up, he sees this whirling cloud of daggers. And Skogar once again whips out his little red hat and whips it around at the Minotaur, going, right here. And he takes like a stance like a matador.
Nice. Coming into the room, Skogar?
Yeah. If he didn't back away, there's no way he wouldn't have dropped right again.
The technique is ineffective. Just saying. At least at this time.
Okay. So because he ends his turn, I'm hoping in that aura.
Yes.
Thank you.
You will get 9 temporary hit points.
Okay. He's feeling quite emboldened.
Yeah, so you've disengaged, but Velma's still close by, right? If I recall.
I'm using a ranged weapon.
Yeah, let's define that range though,
okay. Well, I'm somewhere up around wherever he was.
Yeah.
I guess he came in after us, right?
Yeah.
So that constrains where I could be.
Yeah, so you're probably like right over towards almost over on the HR side, right? And he's like, so I kind of envisioned that like you were here, Skogar would have been here, more towards the break room doorway, and then Thorn would have been just above that, just to the north of him. So he takes a couple steps towards you, Velma, and he's still raging. He is going to attack you. Let's see. Does a Okay.
Probably, yes.
Please hold. Does a 12 and a 13 hit?
The 13 does.
Okay. So the 13 hits. The 13 is going to do 12 slashing damage. I need you to do a con save, please. I think is what it is. Oh no, wisdom save. Sorry, wisdom.
Oh, that's too bad because the con save was a 16. Wisdom's only a 13.
Okay.
Unless I could have used the dice roll from the earlier one and add the, in which case it would be a 17.
So yeah, so he's going to say, I still can't believe you didn't help me. You let me burn up and die. And you take 14 psychic damage.
I would have pissed on you if I had enough.
Wow.
Uncanny dodge is can't be used against a psychic. So whatever that first one. Yeah, can you give me the damages again?
The slashing was 12.
Okay.
And the
so
psychic was
6.
what I say, 14.
Okay.
Lucar, your turn. You can see clearly now. The smoke is gone.
How did I thought Velma was behind me, but that's okay. What I would like to do is Misty Step, because it seems like the thorn is doing the most damage.
Yeah.
I would like to Misty Step behind Thorn.
Okay.
Wild magic. Oh shit.
No way.
I rolled a 2.
Nice. Yes.
I literally just
You just reset it.
reset.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
The spell before last. All right, so this wild magic is. Oh shit! I was going to. All right, I was. My plan was to Misty Step behind Thorn and then try to polymorph him. Instead, I Misty Step behind Thorn and I cast polymorph on myself.
Great.
So I have to make a saving throw.
Okay.
This is a wisdom saving throw against, I guess, my own spell save DC.
Yes.
So
Yep.
my wisdom saving throw is.
Man, this got deep.
I'm going to pass. I got a 16 and I had a 15. Otherwise, I would have turned into a sheep. So luckily, I did not. But I feel the sheepness come through me, and I decide, hey, that's what I'm going to try to cast on Thorn. And so he needs to make a wisdom saving throw against 15.
But don't you you don't lose a spell slot for the wild magic, no? Right? Because it just happens.
Right. Although now I have to roll a wild magic again on polymorph. I rolled a 3, but luckily it just reset.
Oh my god.
I'm rolling low on that.
What did I have to beat?
15. Wisdom.
And wisdom. Okay, so he got a wisdom save. He got a 16.
So nothing happens, and I've wasted a bunch of spells that turn.
So okay, that is your turn. Velma, you're up. Sean, you're on deck.
Is Lucar within melee distance, within 5 feet of the monster, or did he?
Yeah, I mean he missed his step like right
back
behind him, so we're gonna say we'll call it melee. Yeah.
Oh, is polymorph a touch attack then? A touch spell?
I believe so.
And Lucar with 9 temporary hit points if you didn't have, but I think you had more than that.
I still have some, yeah.
I am going to just shoot the fellow again.
Okay, but I think Lucar left your field though.
He's right behind.
What? I didn't even have to Misty Step. It's within sight of 60 feet, but oh well, I did.
He's behind the monster in the hallway. I think he's.
Yeah.
Oh, you're behind the monster in the hallway. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have gotten it anyways, but I already had
He's out of the temp field.
So it doesn't matter.
Yep.
I missed with the attack, so I am going to use the I'm going to take a disengage action with the cunning action, and I'm going to try to move out of his range.
All right. Sounds like a good plan. How far away are you moving?
I get 30 feet. Not looking at the map. How far back can I get?
So you can get up towards this entry foyer area up here, because it's about 5 feet square. So we say what, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you can get up over like here.
All right.
Okay. Keshan, what are you doing?
I am going to hit this guy.
Okay.
It's what I am going to do. And now I'm no longer under, still nobody's in melee, I'm guessing, right?
Correct.
All right. Also, I'm going to put this out here. Well, I got a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay.
And I'm going to divine smite this guy because I think he divinely deserves it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And if he's a demon.
Yeah, is he a fiend, by the way? Like, would he be a fiend or undead? Is that?
Well, I wasn't here to see it, but he said the mask kind of dropped.
Yeah, but that is a good point. That's a good question to have for, like, is he a demon bear like the New Mutants movie and comic book?
You should probably tell me what the damage would be if that's the case. Like, what's the difference?
It gives me an additional 1d8 on my divine smite.
Okay, so yeah, tell me what the damage is with and without that extra d8.
All right, we'll do that then. All right, so I'm doing all the dice that I need here. So that's 6, 7, 12. I guess. Oh yeah, 21. 24. How do you want to drop the one last? I get this. We'll call this last. So it's 20. I'm sorry, 26 or 29.
Okay. So he takes this hit, and he's just like, oh, like he makes this really weird noise, and you just see like you just tore him the hell up, something fierce. And he's not looking good. Lissa, it's your turn.
I say your sister's looking for you, dude.
Let's finish him.
Yes.
Maybe. All right.
And Keshan, 10 temporary hit points if you had fewer before.
Second level magic.
What if I had more?
If you have more, keep the number you had.
Got it. Thank you. All right.
14. It's 14 enough.
Damage?
Yeah,
14 damage.
Yep.
So as these missiles hit, so it's like, how many? 5 of them?
4 this time.
4 of them. It's like, and it's like, and they're just they're, and he's just like, oh, and like he starts to fall over, but like he kind of like, as he's falling back, he's sort of like, and he gets limp like this, right? And his hands and arms like kind of flail backward, and he arches his back, almost looking like he's about to fall over. But then it's really weird because his body kind of freezes, and you just hear it go and make this like cracking sound, and then you see like it goes, and his whole body starts to like crack, and like every time he makes a move, it's a crack noise, like either like a wood break, or like like this, like the sound of like something like being rapidly constructed, as it's like this weird, almost like mannequin-esque movements that it's doing.
Okay.
And he's like thought I could do it. Thought I could do it. And then like this body or frame, if you will, shatters. And I didn't have an actual picture prepared, so it's just going to have to be off the thumbnail that I made. And this is what you now, I can't make it bigger either. This is what you now see standing before you, as the demon that had been possessing Tuddy Rexpin has now been set free. And this demon looks at you all and says, and especially you, Lissa, and says, you tell your shitty ass uncle, no deal. and he pulls out this giant sword and holds it over and just roars with this intense roar that shakes the room. And that's where we're going to end.
Aren't we glad we blew all our spell slots?
Yes, right.
So you have opened up the final form of Tud.
Oh, boy.
Hey, thankfully you got rid of the blood golem, because you could have had 3 things to deal with.
Right.
So
or I could have just kept my hands to myself.
you guys are killing it. You're throwing it down.
You couldn't have kept your hands to yourself. That's
that's not any of my characters nor me as a player.
So Skogar, save the thing that you asked me about doing. Save it for next session next week. Cool. Because I think that'll be fun. So I expect hopefully we'll see. We conclude this battle. This could be the end of this adventure. And then
nice.
One way or the other.
So when this adventure ends is when the longer break will start.
Okay.
So whether it's after next week or the week after. So just putting that out there. So people start thinking about things you might want to run, and we'll just go through a variety of stuff. It'll give me a little bit of time to just prepare. I can focus on the school stuff, and I will have some crazy stuff ready for the next sets of adventures. But for now, think about your plan on how to defeat the demon bear, Tud the demon bear that's been trapped in Tuddy Rexpin this whole time.
Cool.
And
awesome.
Yeah. Thank you all for playing. Hope you had a good time getting back into Windshire, and see y'all next week. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yep. Have a good night, guys. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks, Bill.
Yep.
Wow. That was a whole lot of action and craziness. Is Tuddy really the creator of the virus? How triggered do you think that made Kashan? What is Uncle Z going to tell Lissa to do if they defeat Tuddy's final form? Is Skogar literally turning into a rock god? And what about Lukar? His wild magic has been out of control. Who knows how long it will be before he really hurts himself? Answers to these questions, and likely a few more, will be answered in the next session of Eberron Adventures, brought to you by the Wednesday Night Crew. Thanks for your continued support, and as always, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Hey there, listeners! Would you like to support the Wednesday Night Crew as we go on adventures in Eberron, as well as our other adventures in other systems like Mason, Alien the Role-Playing Game, Call of Cthulhu, and many others? Then be sure to visit patreon.com/Eberron Adventures. Heck, you could be as famous as our supporters Jonathan, Andrew, and Sean. You get your name up in lights. Well, maybe not lights, but how about the end credits? Soon enough, we will be adding more tiers to our Patreon with cool things like character names, character creation, homebrew items. The list will be endless. So please be sure to visit patreon.com/Eberron Adventures to donate and be a part of the family. And as always, see you next week.